Washington Wizards. In last night's NBA draft, two other Terps were also going pro. Chris Wilcox was picked 7th by the LA Clippers, and Lonnie Baxter will be a Chicago Bull next season. He was picked 44th overall.
I'm telling you, the Bulls fans, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, the Bulls fans want to return to glory just like the Oriole fans do. It's a great comparison, okay? Baxter can go up there and have such immediate impact. I'm not trying to, you know, to downplay Juan going to the Wizards. That's huge. Or Wilcox going out to the Clippers. But I'm juiced on this Lonnie Baxter.
I agree with you.
It's I talk about the opportunity of a lifetime. You want to help bring a great franchise back to glory? Whew. Be like being an Orioles #1 draft pick and actually making it to the pros. Wow.
Yesterday's New York Post picked that not Baxter, but the other one. The Dixon, I'm sorry, Chris Wilcox was going to be a Knick, but it didn't happen. Sorry about that. My brain just went.
No, that's okay. All right, we're going to be doing a lot of these to camera 2. To camera, we'll be doing them camera 3.
Okay.
All right. Very interesting. We went to the Sum of All Fears premiere. It was Tom Clancy helped put it together to benefit Johns Hopkins Pediatric Oncology. This was the studio premiere. This was a very big deal.
This was in Washington, D.C.
This was in Washington at the Warner Theater. I mean, all the stars were there. Sumner Redstone, Sherry Lansing, all the heads of Viacom. This was a big deal, okay? And everybody limoed in, and as you're pulling up, I mean, here's like, you know, Entertainment Tonight and CNN and BBC and this and that and People and Us and you name them. And at the very head of the gauntlet, as the limo door opens up, is John Mathew Smith. John Smith's been with us before.
Yep.
He's a celebrity photographer. He hates it when I call him the paparazzi, but
he always laughs.
John, welcome back to the show. It's just great to see you.
Oh, great to see you, Don and Marty.
I tell you what, it's you know, I knew you were big time, but when I saw you standing there at the head of the line, you know, it was funny because you know, even all the People magazine, all these folks are looking at him like, who do we take pictures of?
Yeah.
Well,
that was a good time.
That was a good time. Well, let's just talk celebrity here. How's the celeb sightings in Baltimore, Washington these days? A lot of folks around?
Well, I'll tell you what, since I spoke to you last week, I ran into Sidney Poitier.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice guy?
Huh?
Nice guy?
Nice just begins to describe it. He is absolutely the nicest guy, and he moves like a gazelle.
Really?
So I've heard that.
Yeah.
What do you mean he moves like a gazelle?
He's just so smooth.
Somebody actually thought he was a dancer that I know that saw him.
The way he walked.
Yeah.
Very upright, too. Very, very proud and upright.
Was he in Baltimore or Washington?
He was in D.C. at the Kennedy Center.
Okay.
Cool. So has it been a good year for celeb sightings in the area?
Yeah, actually it has.
Now, how so is that?
Well, I picked up a lot of people I haven't done so far. A couple of people I haven't done ever. That was the 3rd time I did Sydney, but I picked up Little Richard and Tom Cruise and Julia Roberts this year.
All right, you know what? As a matter of fact, now I've got shots of them. We're going to have to do this live, which is unfortunate, but so it goes. What makes these shots of yours interesting is that they're very natural. These are just folks without makeup on, just as you would almost, I like to say, see them in a grocery store. But it's the truth. For instance, I mean, and they just like, for instance, here's Little Richard and Ozzy Osbourne. Particularly this picture of Ozzy Osbourne. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about any makeup, and all these folks like smile for you. Nobody like blows you off. How do you pull it off?
Well, I'll tell you something. A lot of times people, even in their position, as important as they are, when you really get in on them and they see that you're really after a shot, not just of the people around them, but just of them, and you're really putting them on the spot a little bit, it makes them giddy a little bit. It's a little bit humbling, and I think that sweetness comes out.
Well, we're looking at Antonio Banderas right now.
Yeah.
And hold on the shot for just a second, Jim. I mean, you know, he has a reputation for being able to scowl at photographers. He's just sitting there. You can even look at his eyes. He's like, hey, Dan, sure, take the shot.
Yeah.
No makeup, no nothing. There he is. Take my picture.
Yeah.
Do you have a trick that you use?
Well, like I say, I usually let the public bring out the emotion.
Okay.
In other words, the people around them. So normally, if he's having an exchange, the person, my subject, is having an exchange with someone, I'll shoot over the person's shoulder. So they're giving the same natural smile that they're giving to that person in the course of greeting them. I'm catching on film.
Cool. What magazines have been in touch with you recently? Anybody?
Let's see, a PDN magazine in New York. Not too long ago, I was in the Jet.
Okay.
Who'd you have in Jet?
Well, that's a good story. I did Venus and Serena not too long ago, and I had taken a picture of them as little girls. They're in the front of that book, I think.
Yep, I'm getting to them right now.
The Williams sisters.
So I had taken pictures of them as little girls, and I handed the photo of them as little girls up to Venus while she was sitting on the stage. Well, Venus looked at it, she smiled, she handed it back to her mother, and they were sort of tickled, to see it. Their mother got out of the chair, reached over, and hugged both the sisters. And I took the shot of them hugging, and they ran that one in the Jet.
I got pictures right here. I mean, they're just such natural shots.
Yeah.
Good folks, yeah. You know what? And it's almost like they're not even wearing any makeup. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Have you seen Chris Rock yet?
Actually, I had photographed him before, but I haven't seen him lately.
Because he's supposed to be in town soon.
Yeah.
Here's a shot that I'm loving. Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I'll tell you how that one came about. We were at a press conference, and I said to a guy, I said, I got a feeling she's coming in that door.
Really?
Yeah. And I was right.
That's your business, though. Listen, real quick, we got about 30 seconds up, and I want to show two things. One, you got a shot of Rudy Giuliani that's world class.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, I haven't seen the man look this relaxed in a year.
Yeah.
And then you happen to have gone up, and I know you normally do people, but I saw this shot. It's the most incredible picture from 9/11 I have ever seen. It's a pillar. Could you just describe this real quick? I'm kind of pointing at it.
Yeah, what happened was I had gotten real close to ground zero, closer than I even realized, and there was dust everywhere. This was it was 15 days after the event.
Okay.
And there was dust. Well, that's dust from 9/11, and somebody had written, "I love New York," in the ashes. And I was just I was really taken by that.
But it says, "I love New York more than ever. BB 92501.
Yeah.
Man, that is a world-class shot, bud.
2 weeks later.
Hey, listen, just thanks for coming hanging with us. Yeah, that's a heck of a shot, man.
Hey, I'm always glad to see you guys. You got the best show in Baltimore.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
You have not only another coffee with mug, but you have 2 pounds of 8 o'clock coffee available at the Super Fresh closest to you.
Well, 8 o'clock's my favorite.
Well,
there you go.
So when you're staying up all night, staking out in hotels to see celebrities. All right, John, we're out here, buddy.
Okay.
See you, man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Make sure we give John Hightech from not decaffeinated.
Celebrity photographer. You think they're all out in L.A. or New York? You're wrong. One of the best in America. You just saw.
And he does a tremendous business in what they call stock photos in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right.
6:36 is the time. We're coming up on it.